It's the left!
The Passion of Jesus, reenacted in movies, displays the graphic details of the torture and humiliation that he went through in Jerusalem more than 2,000 years ago. That was in the 1st century AD. But Dola Ndidis, the former spokesman of the judiciary, believes it is still not too late to seek justice for the Son of God. He is now lodging a petition at the International Court of Justice at The Hague, specifically challenging the trial of Jesus Christ.
I want a declaratory judgment, a declaration that the trial, judgment, and sentence entered were bad in law, and therefore null and void.
What will that mean?
As it is in our books, that is a precedent. That is a precedent which has not been upset, which has not been set aside.
Law Society of Kenya CEO Apollo Mboya agrees that the story as narrated in the Bible shows that the trial of Jesus before the Sanhedrin, which means assembly in Hebrew, did not meet the threshold for fair trial. According to the scriptures, the tribulations that culminated in the crucifixion of Jesus Christ was all the will of God. That may be the case, but Dola Ndidis insists Jesus Christ suffered gross violation of human rights, and for that, justice must be done.
The way he was made to die was not lawful. That is all the contention that is there. I gave a parallel that, for example, you get a situation where somebody prophesied that your child, you'd have a boy child, and the child would be knocked down by a motor vehicle and killed. So eventually, when you have your child and the child grows up and some fellow knocks him down, the motor vehicle, definitely the motorist would be charged with causing death by dangerous driving.
Purely on legal process, then you can fault the legal process that was used at that time. But in terms of a religious teaching, okay, the different interpretation still shows us that the ultimate end was that the Son of God was going to die to save humanity. How the Son of God was going to die is what the Bible did not indicate. But the final thing is that he was crucified and he died for us.
Let's begin now.
Jesus should have been put on trial, but he was not put on trial.
In addition, he argues that it is a founded principle of law that once an accused person is found innocent, they should be acquitted. That wasn't the case with Jesus as told in the Holy Book.
In fact, that was just mob justice as far as I'm concerned. Pontius Pilate never entered any sensible judgment. You cannot say an accused is guilty and then you acquit him. The same way you cannot say he is innocent and then you convict him. You can't. You cannot breathe hot and cold in the same judgment. You can't.
And this thing happened, 2,000 years ago. Yes, everybody who was involved is already dead. Who are you suing? How will you serve?
The government for whom they acted still is answerable for their work. Pontius Pilate was working under the government of Rome, which was headed by Caesar.
He has already served the embassies of Italy and Palestine as states trial.
In terms of suing the Roman Empire, which state are you now currently going to sue? The Roman Empire traversed a very large portion of the Europe and even part of Africa. Palestine was big to include even Israel, okay? The current Israel.
I know, as a matter of fact and a matter of truth, we have a good case with the high probability of success. And I hope that is done in my lifetime.
It will make an interesting reading, whatever way it goes.
If and when the case takes shape, he will depend on the Bible for evidence.
Evidence which we have today is on record in the Bible. Bible is such evidence that you cannot discredit.
The main issue is that the person who writes the Bible should be actually brought for cross-examination. That is basically what it is. You see, Bible is a story as told by somebody who
Your pursuit of this case makes one wonder whether you're in the right state of mind. Actually, people find it insane.
You see, it's normal for human beings when they do not understand something to say the other fellow is mad. That's what, when one day somebody said the world is round, he said he was mad. You remember the one? Yeah. Even Archimedes had the same problem. So when you take a course which you believe is right, somebody should not discourage you because he does not understand it. That's what I'm saying.
You are suing as a friend of Jesus of Nazareth.
Yes, I'm suing as a friend. If you now die and there is no one else who can take up your interest, then a friend can take up that matter. Like here we have the friend of the court, you know, amicus curiae. Jesus came here on earth as a human being. He was son of Joseph and Mary, Jesus of Nazareth. And now when he died, he was not given an opportunity to be heard, and no one speaks for him.
The registrar of the International Court of Justice has apparently formed a pre-trial panel to study his petition and decide whether the matter should proceed to trial. Sylvia Chebet, Citizen Weekend.